Bro, Trae Young is not on the same tier as Jamal Murray and Jalen Brunson.
Unfortunately, he plays like it.
I'm gonna make the case for the Pacers.
Please do, because you could convince me. I'm like on the fence right here.
Because here's the thing, and I haven't been high on Trae Young ever, and I legitimately think in either this year or the next coming year, what can Trae Young do that Halliburton can't?
The 3-point shot.
Oh, please, bro. Halliburton's a shooter, bro.
He's like a set shooter though. He can't really. He's not great off the dribble shooting.
Yeah, like score at a very high level like Trae.
Yeah, he's like. He's not as aggressive, but he's a much better defender. He makes up for that on the defensive end, I would say.
I think when you come up in these next year or two, I think he'll be at that level, if not better than Trae Young. And then you got Benedict Mathurin, who's a pure scorer off the bench, highly athletic, who can get some momentum plays moving. And I don't really know if the Hawks got a guy that's quite going to match that at the second spot.
AJ Griffin?
I think he's okay. I don't think he's Benedict Mathurin. And then and you got guys like Nesmith and Nembhard. They're looking to be promising for sure.
Nah, Nesmith is trash. Nembhard I do like though, but I'm not high on Andrew Nesmith.
Oh come on, man.
Wait, okay. So let's go back to this Trae versus Halliburton debate, right?
Let's do it.
So you're telling me that Halliburton has the potential to be like what, a top 15 player in the league, like Trae Young?
You're having Trae Young that high?
That's like his absolute peak, because we've seen it before with the deep playoff run and his ability as a basketball player. We've seen him be what, at best, a borderline top 12, 15 player in the NBA, or like a borderline superstar. And I just don't see that with Halliburton.
I
think you're overrating Trae like crazy.
I agree. Him and Danny have Trae way too high, dude.
How do I not have Trae too high? How do I have Trae too high?
Here's what I'll say. Trae is like a guy like Trae Young has led the league in points and assists last season. And what was his team? The 8th seed that lost in 5. Like at some point you got to look at how much those stats are affecting winning.
Bro,
and Tyrese Halliburton's a guy. Tyrese Halliburton's a guy who he's not going to put up the same number of points. He'll put up the assists. He'll carry in that stat, but you can 100% allude to the fact that Tyrese Halliburton is individually making his teammates better. Can you say DeJounte Murray had a down year when playing with Trae? John Collins has gotten worse. We've seen
Collins is not good.
We've seen Clint Capella. We've seen Clint Capella dominate with elite guards like James Harden and Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook. Like Clint Capella was damn near top 8, top 5 at one point in his career. He's been nothing close to that except on that deep playoff run they went. Like, so at some point we have to ask, like, is it stats? Like, it's not stat sheet stuffing, but it's close to it.
Bro, this man Trae legit took his team to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Bro, you can't keep living off that.
Bro, what has Halliburton done in the league compared to Trae?
Halliburton hasn't had the pieces that Trae has had in his short career.
Pacers were the 3 seed before Halliburton got hurt. I'll say that. That's why I had them so high. You know how I feel about the Pacers, Dibo. I have them being high this year.
Matt, and I think you said it pretty well. I think Halliburton is going to be the player that I would want on my team that can make the right decisions that will make it a winning team.
Dibo, you also got to think about it this way, right? Trae Young is going to put up the points in the assists, right? We know that. Can you tell me what Trae Young is supposed to do on the court if he's not putting up the points or assists?
Okay.
He's
silent.
He's sitting
What
there.
What about Halliburton?
Halliburton's so much better than Trae.
He's a good rebounder, and he plays very good defense.
We're gonna sit here and act like
Halliburton hasn't gotten defender. I do agree with you. I do agree with you on Halliburton being more a plus defender than a negative, but I think you're gassing up his defensive ability a lot.
Well, no. Here's the thing.
He's a plus perimeter defender.
Dibo, you just said he's a plus defender, yeah, but Trae Young is like below rock bottom on the defensive end. I think there's got to be something there that can say it or hold its own.
I think his offensive game outweighs his defensive liabilities.
I don't think about Halliburton. Dibo, think about it this way too. Like Miles Turner has played with a good fair share of good point guards in his time, right? He's played with Darren Collison. He's played with Victor Oladipo, Malcolm Brogdon, TJ McConnell. This year by far was his best year, and it was his first full season with Tyrese Halliburton. Like, we're seeing in his limited time of being a number one ball handler and being the guy who initiates the offense, like he's making players better around him. Benedict Mathurin, a guy who a lot of people were sketchy on the pick. He had a great rookie year. Buddy Hield, who had a couple down years in Sacramento when De'Aaron Fox was handling the ball, he had a rebound year this year and shot great from 3-point range. So like we've seen Tyrese Halliburton make these players better, and that's exactly what you want out of a point guard.
Yeah, I think Halliburton's a winning player, whereas I don't think I can say the same about Trae Young.
No, you could just say I know ball. It's fine though.
Yeah, I think I know ball more than my fellow co-host here, but I'm going.
That might be ridiculous.
I don't know, when people say Trae Young not a winning basketball player, then I don't take that lightly.
I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff that's come out of that locker room. How many head coaches?
How many head coaches? Good.
4.
How many players have decreased their play when they play with him?
How many head coaches were good under Trae Young?
Nate McMillan's a career winner.
No, he's not.
His teams have not consistently been in the playoffs as higher seeds.
Define career winner. There's a clear ceiling when Nate McMillan coaches a team.
Is Chris Paul a career winner?
Yes.
Then Nate McMillan is a career winner.
Oh, Chris Paul has been in deep playoff runs before. Nate
McMillan's been to conference finals.
No, bro, you lying.
With the Pacers when they had Paul George and shit?
You lying. No, that was Frank Vogel, not Nate McMillan.
That was Frank Vogel, but they also had the VO days too.
Bro, what?
No, they were what? They were a game away from beating LeBron with Frank Vogel. A game away. Wasn't it a LeBron buzzer beater too that sent him home?
No,
and Tristan Thompson kicking it back to 2016.
What was it? But it was 2020. It was 2018, right? They lost in 7. But even then, it was in the first round. So with the Nate McMillan team, right? Okay, at best, you're gonna have a solid squad, a feel-good story, but you're gonna lose. You're gonna have a very early exit in the playoffs. That's the majority of the time.
He also took the Atlanta Hawks to the conference finals.
Trae Young did.
Nah, if you're gonna say that his coaching had no impact on that run, you're crazy.
It did have an impact, but he wasn't the main reason why they went to the.
He wasn't, but his system from when he took over from Lord Pierce, and they became one of the best teams in the league that season immediately following his enter as the coach. I would say that that's a lot of his coaching tactics.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that. Like Nate McMillan, that was a very good coaching hire at the time because they needed a defensive leader, defensive head coach to sort out their issues on that side of the ball. But again, like I said before, there's a ceiling with the Nate McMillan coach team, and after they made the conference finals, right, the next 2 seasons, first round, and whatever they did this year. So.
I think if you're going to say there's a ceiling with the Nate McMillan thing, you should say there's a ceiling with the Trae Young.
There's not a ceiling with Trae Young.
Trae Young has MVP potential, but I don't think we'll see it. I'll say that I don't think Jalen Brunson or Jamal Murray has MVP potential. Trae Young does.
Bro, Trae Young is not on the same tier as Jamal Murray and Jalen Brunson.
Unfortunately, he plays like it.
No.
Unfortunately, he plays like it.
Jalen Brunson,
I can specifically point to Jalen Brunson making my team's players better. Quentin Grimes became a much better 3-point shooter. Julius Randle went back to his most improved player season, if not better. Mitchell Robinson looked like an actual good, competent center. RJ Barrett had his best season of his career. What did DeJounte Murray have? A down year. What did Clint Capella, who's played with notorious great point guards like James Harden, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook have? Down years. Right? That's all I'm saying.
All right.
It's more than stats with Trae Young.